All right, Twin Cities, welcome back. So I'm excited to get into our next guest, and you probably know him if you're, I guess, in our generation. And I shouldn't date myself because I'm a couple of years younger than Coach Q. But get excited, Coach Quincy. He owns a training company. He has trained some of your favorite pro athletes, and he is also working with a lot of the youth right here in the Twin Cities. So I'm excited to have you help me welcome Quincy Caldwell to the show. Hey, Quincy, welcome.
How you doing? What's good? How you doing?
So glad you're here. So we're going to get into several things today, Quincy. For people that have never met Coach Q and don't know about the amazing things you're doing in our community, talk a little bit about your business and how you got started.
Well, I have a training company. It's called Coach Q's Training. Well, I've been doing it for about 15 years now. Pretty much what it is I train kids and athletes to be the best version of themselves. I train football, basketball, and boxing. I started off with basketball, and then I created other platforms with boxing and football. So now I have all three. How I got into it, I was an athlete. I was a big time ball player, but I didn't have the guidance, right? I didn't have the people that were on my side to tell me where to go, how to go, when to move, when not to move, things of that nature. And ever since then, it's just been trying to help kids, stir them in the right direction, not only through sports, but just through life as well. I use basketball and sports as a tool to create themselves so they can move forward and proceed in life the way they want to, not what everybody else thinks they should.
And I want to touch on that for a moment because I love your story. Your dream as you were coming up was to make it to the NBA. And that was something you were, heartfelt on. And I think a lot of young athletes coming up are too. Talk to those kids out there that might not make it to the NBA because chances are 99% of y'all are not going to anybody's league. And that's just the reality. I think a lot of us have hoop dreams, all kinds of dreams, but there's so much more beyond just the game. And that's what you've been able to do with your business, and that's how you're working with youth today. So talk about ways to just help young people understand that it's more than just the NBA or the NFL.
No, I mean, absolutely. It's you have to be wired differently to make it to that world. You do. I mean, there's no friends, there's no kicking it, there's no hanging around. The only thing that matters is that ball or that football or that boxing and you. And a lot of people can't do that. And that's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And I understand what any other player went through. I went through that depression of, woe, it's me. The world is over. I can't touch a ball no more and get paid to play. I went through all those things. But the reality is that your life isn't over. So, all the kids, all the players, I can't tell you that you're going to make it or not going to make it. That's not my job. You know what I mean? That's your job. But at the end of the day, I will tell you, if there's some reason you don't, life ain't over. Only thing you got to do is just dig within yourself and get out of that grave, because you're gonna go to it. You're gonna feel bad. You're gonna feel sorry for yourself and all those type of things. If we're human, we're gonna go through. But at the end of the day, get your butt up, accept it, and find what else that drives you and create whatever you're gonna create, and let life take care of itself.
That's right. And moms, dads, if you're out there watching, yes, bring that young man in, bring that young lady in, because there are other opportunities around that same passion. So I love that you're touching on that. And you have been able to work with some of the greatest athletes in the Twin Cities that have gone on to the pros. Talk about some of the kids that have gone through some of your programs and, how you're building relationships with the new young people today.
Man, like I said, I've been doing it for a long time. Khalid, who was one of, it's kind of funny. We're around the same age, but he kept playing and I couldn't, so he ended up training up under me. Khalid, Mo Hargrove. My list goes on forever. And at the end of the day, that's what I'm most proud of in the pros. I love my pros. I love those kids to death. But my biggest wholehearted accomplishment is that those kids that nobody knows about, but guess what? They're in school and they're getting their degrees and they're going to have a successful life. And I was able to help them through that path. So
exactly. So, you've become a trainer, you're training people. Talk about the structure and the way you're keeping kids healthy. I think that's important to touch on too. And how old can we be to start signing our children up with you?
Okay. It's a very simple process, to be honest with you. It's really not that difficult. When you look at it, and bear with me, I'm gonna get to it real quick. Anything we do in life, it becomes what? Habit, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a matter of good habit and bad habit. If if you do something long enough, you're gonna automatically do it without even thinking. When it comes to kids and ages, I really don't have no age. I usually don't train kids 10 years and under. And the reason being is because it's not a job. Allow them to be a kid, allow them to have a good time and enjoy life, because they might not even want to play basketball, but you're putting all this pressure on them, and then they quit, and then you get upset. So for me, I don't really deal with a lot of kids 10 years and under because of those reasons. So it's a lot of middle school and older. But at the end of the day, man, let your kids be kids. Let them enjoy and see what they want to be. Don't try to create what they want to be. Let them see what they want to be, because if you do that, they're going to have more success anyway. Football is the same way. One of my partners, we run Team Sizzle, our AU program. His name's Brian Sanford. His son, he's a wide receiver. He came to me and said, "Q, you know what you're doing, man? I need you to work my son out." And I was, really? You want me to do all this? But again, no fear. Like, fine, I'll do it. I studied, I learned, I paid attention to detail, like I always do. Now, I got a football player who plays for Detroit Lions. You know what I mean? So
incredible.
It's been a crazy ride, but at the end of the day, it's all because of having no fear, being willing to go there. A lot of people will stop and run. Oh, I can't do that. I'm not qualified for that. Doesn't matter your qualifications. It's a matter of whether you believe in yourself, and that's what it's all about at the end of the day.
I love that. Q, Coach Q, y'all. So you see his information running across the bottom of your screen there. So make sure you hit him up just to even get information, ask some questions, find out how he can help your child or your teen, your high schooler level up in the game and level up right here. So Q, I appreciate you being with me today. And Twin Cities, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Beautiful people, it's Major Mr. This is why I love you. And you are watching the Connect Network TV.